I never realized how quickly life would change after 50. Suddenly, my body started sending messages I had been ignoring for years. Little aches, restless nights, and constant fatigue became my new normal. I wish someone had told me earlier that taking care of myself isn't optional. It's urgent. Turning 50 felt like stepping into a completely new world of health challenges, and not the kind I could ignore. For years, I had brushed off small signs, occasional back pain, stubborn weight gain, or the fatigue that seemed to settle in for no reason. But after my 50th birthday, these small signals became impossible to overlook. My joints ached more than ever, and I noticed that even simple tasks like climbing stairs or bending to tie my shoes required more effort than before. At first, I tried to dismiss it as just getting older, but deep down, I knew it was more than that. One of the most surprising lessons was realizing that my diet, which had worked fine in my 30s and 40s, suddenly wasn't enough. Foods I used to eat without consequence now caused digestive issues or left me feeling sluggish. I had to learn how to read my body's new signals and adjust accordingly. More whole foods, more vegetables, more hydration, and far less sugar than I thought I could manage. It was frustrating at first, because habits I had held for decades suddenly felt like obstacles. But slowly I began to notice the difference. Eating well wasn't about restriction. It was about giving my body the energy and nutrients it truly needed. Exercise became another critical piece of the puzzle. I had always thought of workouts as optional, something I did when I had time or motivation. After 50, exercise became non-negotiable. Gentle stretching, yoga, and daily walks became my lifeline. Not only did my body start to feel stronger and more flexible, but my mind felt sharper too. I realized that maintaining movement was about preserving independence as much as strength. Even small changes like standing more often or taking the stairs instead of the elevator added up in ways I hadn't anticipated. I also had to confront the mental side of health. Stress, once something I could push aside, now affected me physically. Sleepless nights were more common, and the tension in my shoulders seemed permanent. I learned the value of mindfulness, meditation, and simply slowing down to listen to my body. Regular checkups and screenings, which I had often postponed, became essential. Preventive care was no longer optional, it was life-saving. Looking back, the biggest truth I wish I had known before turning 50 is that health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about honoring your body, listening to it, and making it a partner rather than an afterthought. The changes weren't always easy, but they became the foundation for everything else in lifetime, relationships, and the joy of feeling alive and capable every single day. Turning 50 made me painfully aware of how fast time really moves. For years, I thought I had all the time in the world, time to chase dreams, fix mistakes, or simply figure life out. But suddenly, the hours seemed to slip through my fingers like sand. I noticed it in small ways. Projects that used to take a full afternoon now had to be squeezed into snippets of an hour here and an hour there. Even reading a book or finishing a hobby felt like a luxury I had to fight for. Before 50, I underestimated the value of time. I wasted it on things that didn't matter. Endless scrolling on my phone, worrying about what others thought, or postponing things for the right moment. Now I understand that the right moment is often right now. Life doesn't wait for us to be ready, and if we're not careful, it will pass without notice. I've learned to prioritize differently. Daily routines, which once felt mundane, are now opportunities to protect and invest my most precious resource, time. I also learned that saying no is liberating. In my 40s, I often said yes out of guilt or obligation, helping others at the expense of my own peace, attending events that drained me, or committing to projects that didn't align with my values. After 50, I realized that every yes is actually a trade-off. Time given to one thing is time taken from another, so choosing where to focus became a conscious, sometimes difficult decision. But it was also empowering. I felt a new sense of freedom in protecting my hours for things that truly mattered: quiet mornings, meaningful conversations, personal growth, and creative pursuits. Technology also changed my sense of time. Notifications, emails, and constant demands used to make my days feel chaotic, like I was always behind. Now, I consciously create boundaries. I check my phone only at certain times. I schedule uninterrupted blocks for deep work or reflection, and I allow myself moments of boredom, which surprisingly restore energy and clarity. Learning to slow down isn't laziness, it's strategic. The quality of how we spend our time matters far more than quantity. Another lesson is how quickly years pass in ways that aren't always obvious day to day. Milestones like birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries serve as reminders that life accumulates silently. Looking back, I realized that I had often underestimated the importance of everyday moments. Morning coffee with my spouse, a phone call with an old friend, even quiet walks in the park. These small fragments of time build the tapestry of life, and they are irreplaceable. Most importantly, turning 50 taught me to embrace the present. Planning for the future is necessary, of course, but it's meaningless if we forget to live today. I've learned to pause, breathe, and appreciate the simple fact that I am here right now. Time is fleeting, but it's also a gift, and we hold the power to use it wisely. By valuing my time more intentionally, I found not only greater productivity but also a deeper sense of fulfillment, peace, and joy in the everyday moments I once overlooked. Turning 50 made me realize that relationships are not just about being around people. They are about being present, intentional, and honest. For years, I had taken connections for granted, assuming that friendships, family bonds, and romantic relationships would endure without much effort. I believed love and companionship were constants in life, like gravity, always there, never requiring maintenance. But after 50, I saw that relationships, like our health or our time, require attention, care, and conscious choice. I began by looking at my closest relationships. I noticed patterns I had ignored. Conversations that were superficial, arguments that went unresolved, and moments when I had let pride or stubbornness get in the way of connection. It was humbling to recognize that, in some cases, I had allowed distance to grow between me and the people I cared about most. Turning 50 made me confront the truth that no one else can maintain a relationship for us. If we want deep, meaningful bonds, we must invest energy, patience, and emotional honesty. Romantic relationships, in particular, took on a new dimension. I realized that long-term partnerships don't thrive on shared routines alone. They need empathy, curiosity, and vulnerability. After years of taking certain comforts for granted, I learned to communicate more openly, to express gratitude daily, and to genuinely listen without planning my response. These small, consistent actions transformed the quality of my connection. The passion of earlier years shifted into something richer. Companionship built on mutual respect, understanding, and the ability to grow together rather than apart. Friendships also revealed important lessons. I found that it's normal for social circles to shrink as we age, but what matters is the depth of connection, not the number of friends. Some friendships, which had been maintained only out of habit or convenience, faded naturally, and I stopped feeling guilty about it. At the same time, I discovered that investing in authentic friendships, those where both parties feel safe, valued, and supported, brought immense emotional nourishment. These friends became my anchors, sounding boards, and sources of joy. I started prioritizing quality over quantity, realizing that a few deep connections outweigh dozens of surface-level interactions. Family relationships became another area of reflection. As children, parents, or siblings age, dynamics shift, and we are forced to adapt. I had to learn patience, empathy, and the art of forgiveness in ways I hadn't before. Moments of conflict or misunderstanding no longer felt trivial. They were opportunities to strengthen bonds, rather than let resentment fester. I also made a conscious effort to create new memories. Family dinners, shared hobbies, or even casual phone calls, because these moments, however small, build a legacy of connection that lasts far beyond the fleeting stresses of daily life. Finally, turning 50 taught me the importance of setting boundaries. Not all relationships are meant to endure, and not everyone deserves unlimited access to our time, energy, or emotions. Learning to gently let go of toxic or draining connections was liberating. It cleared space for healthier, more supportive relationships and allowed me to invest my emotional energy where it truly mattered. In the end, relationships after 50 are not about perfection. They are about presence, intention, and love in its many forms. I wish I had understood earlier that nurturing connections is as vital as caring for our health or managing our time. Today, I cherish the laughter, the shared silence, the heartfelt conversations, and even the challenges, because each moment spent authentically with others adds richness, meaning, and joy to life. Turning 50 taught me that while we cannot control every aspect of relationships, we can control the love, care, and presence we bring, and that alone makes all the difference.